last and not least, after like, we're doing an MV. All the lives that I saw, all would be blocked. So let's check it out. We have a very solid start. This has been a very, very solid start.
또 모르지 내 마음이 좀 날씨처럼 바뀔지 나조차 다 알 수 없으니
Okay.
그게 뭐가 중요하니 지금 내게 완전히 푹 빠졌단 게 중요한 거지 아마 꿈만 같겠지만 분명 꿈이 아니야 빨리 설명할 수 없는 이건 사랑일 거야 방금 내가 말한 감정감이 의심하지 마 그냥 좋다는 게 아니야 What's after life You who and I is more than like L time to O time now yeah 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 You who and I is more than like What's after life
Wait a minute.
조심해도 심장에 핀 새파란이 불꽃이 저 태양보다 뜨거울 테니 난 저 위로 또 아래로 내 그래프는 포기고 Yeah that's me 두 번 세 번 피곤하게 자꾸 질문하지 마 내 장점이 뭔지 알아 바로 솔직한 거야 방금 내가 말한 감정감이 의심하지 마 그냥 좋다는 게 아니야 What's after life You who and I is more than like L down to O down but yeah yeah You who and I is more than like What's after life What after life 내 맘은 strike 지금 느낀 짜릿함 뭐 마치 type L로 태우면 I 그 다음에 BE 여기 no one is space 아무도 막지 못해 나를 보면
I know that song.
갈 시간조차도 아까울 걸 드디어 만나봐 가워 널 위해 살 노래 I like you who and I is more than like it out going out now yeah 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 You who and I is more than like What's after life You who and I is more than like L down to O down now yeah 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 You who and I is more than like What's after life
That's driving me insane.
What's after life
Very catchy. Very. This is definitely a disco. This is disco, but like maybe with a modern twist. Hold on. Wait, is it? Hold on.
아래로 내 그래프가 힘내 What's after life
I will survive. Yeah, it is. They interpolated I Will Survive. The legendary disco song I Will Survive.
조심해도 심장에 핀 새파란이 불꽃이 저 태양보다 뜨거울
I think in a sense this song might be the most basic of the songs that we've heard today, but I really appreciate the fact that like they really did something different. Like looking at 11, which kind of had almost like a Middle Eastern vibe. Then we had Love Dive, which had a very phenomenal trance siren-esque song to it. Very cool. And now we have this that's kind of like a modern disco. And you know, honestly, like the truth of the matter is I think that one of the more tricky things is because disco really got unpopular really fast. Nothing has really, in a lot of ways, carried on like a linear timeline or a linear sound for disco. A lot of times has to rely on music from like the 70s. And I know that there's probably groups that did more, like obviously there's like Canned Heat and stuff like that. I don't even know when that was released, if I can't remember off the top of my head. But like I'm sure there was probably people that still tried to do disco, just was probably a lot less mainstream. And I know that it's had a bit of a revival, especially recently. I'm trying to remember who it was. Was it Dua Lipa that had a disco album? And obviously ABBA. ABBA is a huge disco group. So, again, this is one of those genres that, look, kudos to you for wanting to do disco, because it's kind of pigeonholed in a lot of ways, but they make it work. And honestly, again, it's one of these things where I feel like that it really works well, but you know, I feel like that very catchy, and I feel like sometimes catchy and simplistic is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. And this is just one of those songs that as I listen to it, I'm like, yeah, okay, I get it, you know. And it's not trying to be something it's not. And I think that what it is doing it fine. And, you know, I feel like that there's a lot of really kind of just fun about this song.
내 심장에 핀 새파란이 불꽃이 저 태양보다 뜨거울 테니 난 저 위로 또 아래로 내 그래프는 포기고 Yeah, that's me 두 번 세 번 피곤하게 자꾸 질문하지 마 내 장점이 뭔지 알아 바로 솔직한 거야 방금 내가 말한 감정감 의심하지 마
See, this is where kind of the modern part comes in, is this build up here. I really like the vocals too. They're able to do those vocal whips really easily and smooth, and I think that really helps ties this together. Honestly, for me, I've talked about this a lot, but there's a lot of, in fact, it's probably the most dominant vocal style in all of K-pop, and that is crystal tone. I call it crystal tone. I don't know if that's what exactly it is, but basically it's kind of like the more piercing, pure vocal. There's not any fluctuation. There's no vibrato. It's just kind of meant to project. And this, to me, is probably the best example of what I think, for me, crystal tone should be, because it's not shrill, it's got power, you know, so it's not weak, it's not annoying, it's very smooth. I feel like a lot of times people are very, very abrupt when they sing with crystal tone, and you got to be careful with that. This is the perfect example of what I like in crystal tone. It's very good. So anyway, let me know what y'all think. We'll discuss this down in the comments below. And woo, what a first day for 1 Week Club. This is insanity. Anyway, thank you all so much. We'll see you in the next video. Dulce Pariculum.